The discernment between what is controllable and what is not is a fundamental concept in Stoic philosophy. Stoics believe that the key to a virtuous and tranquil life lay in accepting what is under our control and letting go of what is not. This idea is central to the Stoic practice of living in accordance with nature and following reason. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized this distinction in his manual, also known as Enchiridion, where he wrote, "Some things are within our control, and some things are not within our control: our opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, in one word, whatever is our own doing. Not within our control are our body, property, reputation, office, in one word. Whatever is not our own doing." Therefore, according to Stoicism, we should focus our efforts and energy on what we can control: our thoughts, emotions, attitudes, and actions. The rest, which is beyond our control, such as external events, the actions of others, or fate, should be accepted with serenity. By adopting this perspective, Stoics believe that we could achieve lasting inner peace, even in the face of challenging external circumstances. The practice of discerning what is controllable and what is not is also aligned with the principle of the indifference of external things, meaning external things themselves have no intrinsic value. It is our reaction to them that determines their impact on our lives. This Stoic teaching remains valuable today, offering a practical approach to dealing with adversities, reducing stress, and cultivating a balanced and centered mindset. The detachment from excessive desires is a central concept in Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that had a significant influence on ethics and psychology. Stoics believe that the key to true happiness and inner tranquility lay in accepting things that could not be changed and cultivating virtue. The idea of detachment from excessive desires is linked to the Stoic principle of apatheia, which does not mean the complete absence of emotions, but rather the ability to maintain calmness and serenity in the face of external circumstances. Here are some key points related to detachment from excessive desires in the context of Stoicism. Distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. Stoics argued that we should focus only on what is directly under our control. Desiring things that are beyond our control can lead to frustration and anxiety. Therefore, it is advisable to direct our desires toward what we can influence, such as our attitudes, actions, and moral choices. Recognizing the impermanence of things. Stoicism teaches that everything in life is ephemeral, and we should not excessively attach ourselves to material possessions, social status, or specific events. Accepting the transient nature of things helps develop a more equanimous attitude towards inevitable changes and losses. Practicing contentment. Stoics value the idea of being content with what one has instead of constantly seeking more and more. They encouraged finding satisfaction in the present, cultivating an attitude of gratitude and appreciation for what is already present in their lives. Avoiding harmful desires. Some desires are considered harmful by Stoics, such as the excessive pursuit of sensory pleasure, wealth, or fame. Detachment involves relinquishing these desires that can lead to harmful behaviors or a state of constant dissatisfaction. Practicing emotional detachment. Developing the ability not to be overly affected by passing emotions is an essential part of detachment. This does not mean suppressing emotions, but rather cultivating the ability to deal with them in a rational and balanced manner. In summary, detachment from excessive desires in the context of Stoicism is intrinsically linked to the pursuit of wisdom, virtue, and inner peace through the acceptance of life's volatile nature and a focus on what is directly under our control. This approach can lead to a more balanced and satisfying life, regardless of external circumstances. Serenity acceptance is a concept aligned with the principles of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that had a significant influence in ancient Greece and Rome. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-control, acceptance of circumstances, and the pursuit of virtue as a means to achieve true happiness. Serenity acceptance, within this context, refers to the idea of accepting life situations calmly and equanimously, regardless of whether they are pleasant or unpleasant. Stoics believe that many things are beyond our control, and, therefore, the key to inner peace is to learn to accept what we cannot change. Some key points related to serenity acceptance in Stoicism include distinguishing between what is within and outside our control. Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing our efforts and energy on what we can control, such as our attitudes, values, and choices. Serenely accepting what is beyond our control, such as external events and the actions of others, helps avoid unnecessary distress. Natural flow of life. Stoics recognize that life is full of ups and downs, and changes are inevitable. Serenely accepting these changes and understanding that they are part of the natural flow of life contributes to a more balanced and stable perspective. Emotional detachment. This does not mean being insensitive, but rather developing the ability not to be dominated by negative emotions in the face of adversities. Serenity acceptance involves dealing with emotions constructively, rather than allowing them to control our actions. Living according to virtue. Stoics believe that true happiness is achieved through the practice of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Serenely accepting life's circumstances is an integral part of this virtuous path. A classic example of the concept of serenity acceptance in Stoicism is the Serenity Prayer, often attributed to Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher. Grant me, Lord, the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. In summary, serenity acceptance in Stoicism involves cultivating an attitude of equanimity in the face of life's ups and downs, recognizing what is within our control and what is not, and striving to live in accordance with virtuous principles. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that had a significant influence in ancient Greece and Rome, and one of its distinctive features is the emphasis on controlling emotional reactions. Stoics believe that disturbing emotions were caused by incorrect or irrational judgments about external events. To achieve tranquility and inner peace, they propose specific methods for controlling emotional reactions. Here are some fundamental principles related to emotional control in Stoicism. Differentiating between what is within and outside our control. Stoics emphasize the importance of recognizing the difference between what is within our control and what is not. External events, such as others' actions or natural events, are beyond our control. Instead of excessively worrying about these external factors, Stoics recommended focusing on one's own attitudes and choices. Serenity acceptance. Once we have discerned what is beyond our control, Stoics suggest accepting these events with serenity, rather than resisting or fighting the inevitable. It is wiser to accept the facts and concentrate energy on actions within our reach. Negative visualization exercises. Stoics encourage the practice of anticipating adverse events and reflecting on how to handle them calmly and rationally. This prepares the mind to face difficult situations with more equanimity. Control of desires and aversions. Stoics believe that many disturbing emotions arose from excessive desires or unjustified aversions. Striving for moderation in desires and aversions helps maintain emotional balance. Meditation on mortality. Stoics often suggested contemplating mortality as a way to put life into perspective. Recognizing the transience of life helps appreciate the present and reduces anxiety about the future. Self-control practice. Developing the ability to resist immediate emotional impulses was considered crucial. This involves the practice of pausing before reacting, rationally assessing the situation, and responding appropriately. These Stoic principles aim to promote a state of emotional tranquility where reason prevails over disturbing emotions. While it is a constant challenge, practicing these concepts can lead to a more balanced and resilient life. The phrase "eliminate this from your life" in the context of Stoicism highlights the importance of directing our attention and energy to what truly matters, focusing on what we can control, and accepting the rest with serenity. This approach can lead to a more balanced life, less affected by external circumstances, and more centered on the pursuit of virtue and wisdom.